There's a great story in the Bible about a great man named David, who was a great man of God. The Bible says he was a man after God's own heart. Everyone knows how he was a military leader and a giant slayer and a great king. But David had a time when he really messed up. He sinned in his life. And if anybody should be able to get away with their sin, it ought to be the king.
Right.
But he couldn't. And the story is told in the Bible about how his pastor, Nathan the prophet, showed up and confronted him about his sin. And then David had to deal with his guilt. Psalm 38 talks about the guilt that David had. And then in Psalm 32 talks about how David began to confess. Psalm 51 talks about how he really addressed the guilt in his life. In Psalm 32, David writes these words after he's gotten forgiven. He said, "Oh, what joy for those whose rebellion is forgiven, whose sin is put out of sight. What joy